Help your friend.
No talking about working out.
Okay.
Because you know how adverse I am to it.
Record.
Mhm.
I hit record.
Yes, we are recording.
I hit record.
We're
as well.
live here on a Tuesday for some News AF. I didn't even switch the News AF background yet. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing.
Oh, people are going to be mad. People are going to be really mad.
Let's see.
Really mad.
They'll be upset. Okay, News AF. Boom. Okay. How about that?
Love it.
Get it back.
Whoa, did somebody say there's a Goop influencer on season 42 of Survivor?
I don't know if she's an influencer. She is her stuff is Gwyneth sells her stuff. She has
I see.
booty bands on goop.com.
Cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if that makes her an influencer per se. Okay.
No,
right.
it makes her a creator, I guess. I don't know.
So. Should be getting that Goop money.
Manufacturer.
Something. I didn't even know you could sell ideas to Gwyneth. Like, that's really...
No, you sell. Those are products. They put the products on there. She doesn't make the jade eggs. Those come from a different company.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't hand carve the jade eggs herself in her living room?
She's a retailer.
Dude, well, then I don't want
Goop.com is
one.
a real retail. It's not her, like, putting a...
Chiseling away.
No, just jamming a ruffled rock up her and then squeezing it till it's finally a little jade egg.
Mm-hmm. Walks around like a rock tumbler.
Yeah.
Pooping it out into a little egg carton of jade eggs.
Take that, Jerf Bursos. You know? Okay. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Rob Sestrino, back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories here for the week of February 15th, 2022, here on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual.
Yeah, that's right. News AF is here. We are still working through our Super Bowl hangovers from a wild weekend of Super Bowl and Valentine's Day, but we are here to talk with you about the most important news stories going on at this hour. Here with us to talk about it all is Pickleball's top influencer. Here he is, Tyson Apostle. Tyson, how are you?
Still influencing. Got my Pickler shirt on, the place I go to in Utah to play pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
And just grinding away on the courts. You put our heads down and push through Valentine's Day, and Super Bowl was pretty good. I was really fingers crossed for a Bengals field goal at the end so we could go into overtime.
Mm-hmm.
But still another 3-point game. I think the last 9 games in the NFL postseason were by 3 points.
Tyson, we're dropping the stat.
I made that stat,
I was impressed.
I think last week, so there was the Super Bowl. That was 3 points.
Yeah.
2 weeks before, there were 2 games. Those were both 3 points.
Yeah.
A week before that, there were 4 games. I think those were all 3-point games.
Yeah. What does it all mean?
3.
Yeah, ask the groundhog.
The power of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I also got really good, bad news probably this morning. It depends on really what I am getting charged for, but I got this text come through literally on the hour as we were firing up here. It says your purchase order number 121439 on Arnazon, Arnazon, is being processed. You will be charged $337.61. Contact support at 866-2040415 if you wish to cancel this order. So I called, and all I had to do was give them my credit card number and my billing address to get that canceled. I still don't even know what I got charged for, though. Maybe it was something super cool like a Ginzu knife or whatever those things are.
What did you buy on Arnazon?
I use Arnazon. I feel like it's better for the environment than Amazon with all
it's
the
imaginary,
and
so are all of its products.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Arnazon is, I think, probably the new Amazon. But obviously this is a scam. But if it is a scam and they're sending out text messages like this, why don't they just say Amazon? Are they like
well, they can't. Amazon is
legally,
very litigious.
Yeah,
Tyson.
that's right.
legally they can't say Amazon, but they can try and steal my money from me?
Yeah.
Maybe there is an Arnazon that like someone started after Amazon. He's like, oh, dude, let's call our company Amazon. This is like 2000. It's like, oh, it's taken. Well, what about Arnazon?
Yeah, your name's Arnold, and they're like, okay,
and my name's Zon.
Yeah. Oh, Ethan, maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
Now, Tyson, did you double check with Rachel just to make sure that she didn't actually make purchases on Arnazon.com? You might cancel it, and Rachel's going to come in and be like, Tyson, well, I just ordered our new living room set on Arnazon.
And I was like, not until we get rid of our old one, because we've already had it a month and a half. We obviously got to throw it in the garbage. So, yeah, I haven't checked with her. But honestly, when that first message came through, I was like, what did Rachel buy for $337? And then I was like, Arnazon. But I was also, it's weird. I've never gotten a text like this from Amazon. But Arnazon, just, better customer service probably.
Yeah. Yeah. They text you to ask you if you want to cancel the order. They make it so easy.
The minute you make it the order, they ask if you want to cancel it. That's actually kind of nice.
It's really nice. Yes. And then all you have to do is call. So, yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you resolved that.
Yeah.
Sleep better at night knowing
Tara, it's not Arnazon, it's Arnazon.
Arnazon.
I just
Arnazon.
with an A in the middle.
Arnazon.
I just don't want Tara to go to the wrong website. And OMG is right. It's Arnazon.corn.
Is that really the URL?
No, there's no URL. OMG in the chat just made a really great joke, so I used it. So yeah. Okay. Adam says you can use PayPal to pay for a lot of your for a lot of your purchases on Arnazon.corn.
What's weird is that when I use PayPal, the purchases never go through, but I do still get charged. I get hit at my bank end, but no product shows up. So I don't know who to contact, Arnazon or PayPal, when I'm dealing with this problem.
Yeah. I actually do all my shopping on Walmart.
Yeah. Do you do the you order, or do you go in?
I just text them what I want and just the credit card information, and then it hasn't gotten here yet, but
it will.
Well, yeah, we're waiting.
Just be patient. Supply chain issues are holding all these orders up from Arnazon and from Walmart, so they'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. Also here with us today, of course, is the eye in the sky. Great, Danny Bryson. Danny, how are you?
Good. I just got back from the Great White North. Canada.
Do they have Arnazons up there?
I tried to find
Arnazon.ca.
Yeah, I tried to find a Walmart to buy some groceries, and I could not find it, or an Arnazon. So, just went to a normal store.
Do you? So you went to Canada?
Yeah.
How was the snow?
It was great. It's an amazing place. They tend to have more because I'm guessing latitude or something like that.
Nah, I mean, scientists will say whatever they.
Yeah, exactly.
Scientists will say whatever just to stay relevant. Did you go with Matt?
No, drove up there. So
you drove?
Yeah,
you are sick, Danny. You
30
are
hours
so
of driving, and then basically just skied the minute I got there until
by yourself.
I drove home. No, I took. I went with a friend called Aaron.
Okay,
not with a friend called Aaron. Is that his real name, or that's just like what we call
Aaron Smith?
That's his name. Aaron Smith. Yeah.
Okay,
and then we actually even did some hitchhiking in Canada. And
wow, that's
you
hitchhiked
in Canada?
Did you document it?
People picked us up right. I don't.
Wasn't a truck convoy, was it?
No. Okay. I was a little bit worried about that when re-entering, but we actually got picked up really quick, just like you.
I bet. What were you guys wearing?
Well, we were wearing our ski
clothes.
We even had skis. So, we were not convenient to pick up at all. But the first car, so we had to do 2 legs of hitchhiking. The first leg, we got picked up by the first car.
And you knew that, like, going into it, that you were going to have to hitchhike
No,
twice.
It was the most stressful part of the entire. So we skied 30 miles over mountains through glaciers and stuff like that, and left our car 30 miles back. Well, more like 50 driving wise. And then ended up on a road, and I was really stressed out because I don't like to hitchhike. I don't like to inconvenience people, but luckily Aaron was fine with it.
Yeah.
So he put out the thumb. First car picked us right up. Clear. They even had a car full of stuff. They moved to the side, took us up to our next leg, and then.
Were there any dogs in the car? Or
no, I would refuse.
Can you
And
give
then-
us sort of like just the demo of like who's picking up hitchhikers?
Yeah, 'cause
Is it
remember,
man,
I'm-
woman.
I'm
so
getting
this was a
harassed for taking a ride from the airport from a fan, and now Danny is here like hitchhiking, like just
I had no other
total
option.
randomness.
So
Mhm.
the first was a young couple who worked at the Lake Louise ski resort.
Okay.
And they were driving from, it looked like Golden up there. So they took us the first leg. And then the next one was a heavy machinery operator. And he was a 6 car after we sat there hitchhiking. And he picked us up and he was doing an 18-hour drive into no man's
Oh,
land.
he was just like bored. He was like,
Yeah,
I'll get
exactly.
money, like,
He needed
entertain me.
Actually, exactly.
Well, I
things
happen
could
to
have
host
gotten-
a podcast, sir.
Yeah. So
Did
he
you talk
drove us
about
the second one.
sexuality, religion, politics, all that
No,
stuff?
he did bring
Those
up
are the big
politics.
no-nos.
He brought it up.
He
Yeah.
brought what up?
Canadian politics or American politics?
American politics. He brought that up.
And did you say I'm actually from America, so I don't really know a lot about him?
Mhm.
Well, I told him my opinion, which was kind of in line with his, but then I really enjoyed pointing out that the guy in the front seat did not agree. And there was a weird, awkward silence.
Okay.
And then Aaron finally like sputtered out some, well, because this guy's giving
Yeah.
us a drive for like 30 miles, right? You can't offend him.
But Danny,
Yeah.
isn't the first rule of hitchhiking, whatever the political worldview is of
Of
the
the
person
driver.
driving the car, that is also your political worldview?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, that's a smart thing. And Aaron, that's why he sputtered when I confronted him with the opposing view, because that's what he had. And he tried to keep it, like steer so that he was somewhat similar. But I was like, this could end our ride right here at mile 10. We still
Get
got
out of my
20
car.
Get out of my car.
So whose fault was that? Was that your fault that you pointed to Aaron? Was that were you
Well, I
doing
was
that?
sharing my opinion, which
Uh-huh.
I've always been told politically and religiously always to share your opinion with strangers.
Mhm.
Correct.
And then I realized that I was saying both Aaron and I shared the same opinions, but then I realized that's not true. I don't want to speak for him. I don't want Aaron, so I point out that that's not true. Aaron does not share the same opinion on a lot of things. And then the guy kind of looked at him. He was rough. And I
Yeah.
thought,
Too
I hope
rough
they-
too
I
rough
hope
to
they
have
get to
a
a-
disagreement with.
Wait, so
Yeah.
you threw your friend under the bus?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
of course.
totally sounds like
Yeah.
a total dick.
Driver, I know you and I agree on this,
'Cause
but
the-
my
I
friend
wasn't
over
have-
here.
my
we need
ride wasn't
Aaron
at
on
risk.
here?
My
Do we need to
ride
call
was not,
Aaron.
no, my ride was not at risk. If anyone was going to still be getting a ride, it was me.
Mhm.
And a little fight for entertainment, just like on Spirit
Oh,
Airlines, it
dude.
could be nice. To
I'll
break
tell
up the
you
drive.
that honestly, like fist fights in very close, tight spaces is like pretty entertaining.
It's like two
Mhm.
cats.
Yeah. Especially when a guy is driving heavy machinery.
Yeah, this guy would have probably beat up Aaron pretty hard.
So, did the guy turn gruffer as he realized that Aaron's political worldviews did not
No, but
align?
an interesting observation is, when you meet a stranger, you kind of like try and keep things cordial, keep things civilized. Well,
Sure.
after that, the language definitely got a little bit, every mile, the language got a little bit rougher.
Saltier.
The opinions a little bit stronger.
Mhm.
I was like, this is great. So, and the other thing I was wondering, if you are hitchhiking and let's say you
Also-
open the door and they had like 3 dogs in the back, is it, can you turn down? Can you be like, nah, I think we'll wait for another car. Like, is that a hitchhiking option? Do people do that when they hitchhike? Like turn down
I think you're the
rides?
only hitchhiker left. I don't know if there's anybody else.
Yeah,
to
you're the
weigh
last
in
man
on this.
standing here, but I think it is okay for sure. I think you hitchhike and be like, oh, I'm actually allergic to
Oh,
the
that would
stuff
be
you got
smart.
going on
I
in the
wasn't even
car.
thinking of allergy. I was
Yeah.
just thinking like,
I'm
look,
scared of the dogs.
Yeah, I was like, you could peer into the car, look around, and be like, not from me. We'll wait for another car.
So yeah, exactly.
Wow.
You could do. That's how Danny would do it. So here's an interesting fact about Danny. If he gets in a car full of friends, he always will take shotgun. But you put him in a car with strangers, he's taking the back seat.
That's
and
true.
offering
I
shotgun
did.
up to whoever.
Instantly take the back seat.
Yeah, he'll instantly fight to be the furthest away from. the
That's why you
stranger.
sat in the back of the truck.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Mhm.
I'll always sit in the backs because
Mhm.
the guy up front has to have the conversation.
Right.
So the guy in
Correct.
the back can just do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
Danny just sits there and's like, yeah, I support the ultra side of that.
And also
I'm a
the guy-
radical.
The guy, when he picked us up, one of the first things he said is, I wasn't afraid to pick you guys up because you didn't look like the kind of person that would try to kill me. And I thought, should I be taking offense at that?
Yeah.
Like
You're not scary enough, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
not scary enough, but not
You
just
look
that,
like
but-
you couldn't kill anybody, Danny.
Yeah. And he's like, I could take both these guys, you know?
Yeah.
So he wasn't concerned even if Aaron and I teamed up to take his life. He was like,
2-on-1.
I'm not worried at all about these two.
I told you gentlemen when those two little twin girls at the jumping gymnasium came and asked me if I'd seen their nanny. Did I tell you guys that story?
I don't
No.
think so.
So I'm standing there. Marlo's like, I'm going in with Marlo. I'm looking like me. And two teeny tiny little girls, like 3, maybe 4 years old, come up to me and say, hey, do you know our nanny? Her name is Andrea. And I was like, I don't, but do you not see her here anywhere? And they're like, no. And I'm like,
That's
I have to help you. Come here. So I walk them up to the front. We get them paging. They're like, she's with my little brother. And the whole time in my mind, I'm like looking around. I'm like, I'm for reals probably the scariest looking person in here. I think, like, I have long hair.
Yeah, that's
my beard was
Yeah.
pretty sketchy, and I'm in sweats. And I'm like, okay, well, they definitely chose right because I'm a great person. But on the outside, I don't think I would have chosen me first.
Maybe there's just a vibe that doesn't
Very friendly vibe.
Yeah, you put off a very friendly
I'd
vibe.
pick up Tyson if he was hitchhiking.
Would you? But that's because you know me. Like, can you somehow erase the knowledge of me from your mind completely?
I can't. I will say this. I had an opportunity to pick up a hitchhiker after being picked up, and I didn't pick them up. Even though I knew that now the karma was off balance in the universe, having someone just done me a favor.
Yeah.
But that guy looked really stinky and gruff.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah. He looked me right in the eyes too.
I think it's a funny joke if you're with friends and there's like 4 of you in the car to make a hitchhiker sit in the back with the other 2. Like, that's probably the only time that I would really get a kick out of picking up a hitchhiker.
Wait, are you seeing a lot of hitchhikers?
No, never.
I see quite a few, actually.
Yeah.
Danny lives in a different world than us, Rob.
Different world. Like, maybe if somebody's like car was broken down, I could see it. But other than that, I can't ever envision a world, in 2022 where Uber and Lyft are, widely available, where people are hitchhiking.
Yeah.
No, there's lots of people hitchhiking.
The last time I hitchhiked, I had probably bicycle breakdowns. So I've hitchhiked a couple times in the US, in Utah, and also in Europe. But it's probably been 10, 15 years since I've taken a ride from a stranger like that, except for I will take a ride from the airport.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody at the airport, let's just get me out of here.
Yeah,
I don't even
exactly.
care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You want to
what
put me
happens
in a
to
sex dungeon in the basement?
Fine.
Well, that's fine.
At
Just
least
get
it's
me
not
away.
the airport.
Yeah, don't bring me back to the airport. That's my only thing.
Yeah, I'll go on one condition: we don't go to the airport. So it was the Super Bowl this weekend. I know we talked already a little bit about football, but
Sure.
about the commercials in the Super Bowl.
The only reason Danny watches the
Yeah, he loves commercials.
I thought that Coinbase one was a huge waste of money, but who am I to say?
Waste of your money, or like because you
Their money.
signed up? Okay,
Wasted their money.
Yeah.
It was just like a QR code floating around on the screen for like a screensaver for like way too long, which I guess did capture people's attentions and probably
personal
an
information.
NFT.
Yeah.
Probably some type of NFT type advertisement, because I think Coinbase is going to start slinging those if they
Is
have already.
Coinbase connected to Arnazon?
Yeah, Coinbase is a
huge.
subsidiary of Coinbase is a subsidiary of Arnazon.corn.
Arnazon.corn. The whole .corn universe is an exciting, growing opportunity, business and financial wise.
Yeah.
It's where a lot of the millennials and people even younger than millennials are making their fortunes very rapidly.
With Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is huge. Yeah. Yeah. But did you happen to see the commercial for Uber Eats?
Yeah, is that the one where they were ordering stuff that you couldn't eat?
You couldn't eat. And did you happen to catch Gwyneth Paltrow ordered something, I guess, off of Uber Eats? One of her famous scented candles.
Oh, she did? Is that true?
Yes.
And it had the label on it and everything in the commercial?
Smells like, this smells like my you-know-what. And she ate it.
I bet it wasn't real. I bet it was fake. It was what's that stuff that they mold that looks like real stuff, but it's
Candy
actually
glass?
candy? Not candy
like
glass.
they make the wax lips out of.
No,
the
it's not what they make.
Halloween?
It's the Swiss candy. I'll think of it. Somebody's going to tell me what it
Mhm.
is on here.
It looks like wax.
Kind of looks waxy, but you can like mold it into a lot of different things. And it is a real candy, not fondant, but similar to that.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're
can't-
talking about too. Yeah,
But it's got a weird name to it.
It's a weird
got-
name.
they put it on
has-
cakes, right? Which is highly
Sure.
decorative cakes.
And they even put it inside chocolates sometimes. So it's inside chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Yeah.
come up with it.
what was your opinion about the commercial? Were you about to say something, Rob?
No, I feel like that it was worth noting that the Gwyneth Paltrow's scented candle made a marzipan. There it is, Paula.
Paula gets it.
Yeah,
Marzipan. Yeah.
Yes,
So it was probably just marzipan shaped like a candle.
it got mentioned in the Super Bowl.
She's everywhere. You
She
can't
is.
escape. Gwyneth.
Yeah.
Do you think that like that product, do you think she had to pay for that spot to be in the Uber Eats commercial specifically? Do you think like
I think they paid her. I think they paid her.
They paid her. She's got
Oh,
that
they
much
probably
power.
they probably approached her and she was like, I'll do it if you let me do this.
If you let me eat my candle.
Yeah.
And the surprising
Yeah.
thing is it was really her candle. She didn't do the marzipan. She
Right.
ate candle.
Which I don't know why she would have it delivered. I'm pretty sure you can't get stuff delivered to you from Goop on Uber Eats.
So it's a lie.
Well,
Mhm.
if they're selling that candle somewhere else though.
Maybe.
What's the point of pitching something that can't be done? Right?
Anything can be done.
Listen to you breaking down barriers, getting stuff done.
No, for real
Tyson's
though.
gonna get
Like
us
if
to the
you
to
offer
Mars.
someone the money that's worth it to them, they will do it.
Mhm.
Like I had a
So wait, hold
Everything
on.
is negotiable.
In this-
I had a buddy. He accidentally carried his firearm into an airport to catch a flight, which is a big no-no to go through security there. He realized that. He called an Uber driver,
Yeah.
wrapped it in a box, gave it to him, and told him to deliver it to his house. So he paid the Uber ride to his house from the airport to drop this box off. Like you can figure out workarounds. So maybe the Goop candle.
You got to get a cool driver for that.
Well, I don't think he told him what was in the box or anything.
Oh, this is like the plot of a movie. It's like you go pick up an Uber ride and he says, "Here's a box." It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I
And
wonder
then
what's
you
in
get
this
a-
box. I
yeah.
hope it's not a gun.
Starring
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds as the Uber
I would be
driver.
scared if I was the Uber driver because you never know. Like, what could it be?
Could be a
Uh,
poo.
Yeah, it could be a poo. That'd
Yeah.
be like,
Or
The-
worse.
or no, not worse than a poo.
Mhm.
Ah, very
It's
few
not
things
a
are worse.
gun. It's a gurn.
From arnazon.corn. Yeah. The deep web.
So in this case, what would happen is Gwyneth would order a candle to the Uber Eats house.
Yeah.
Then the Uber Eats guy would bring it to her house.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
She would make him watch as she ate it. Okay, that's very possible.
Yeah.
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 Be careful because we did a
practical.
story one time famously about how one of those exploded.
Yeah. But that's only because they were putting a bunch of stuff inside the candle. They left that part out of the story. Danny and I have already went over this.
Yeah.
You leave discarded matches in there.
Mhm.
Eventually all
It
of
all
it catches on
explodes.
fire. It's bubbling. It's a cauldron of hot
Yeah,
wax.
but what do you think's in Gwyneth's stomach once she consumes the whole candle?
She probably
A
has to
bunch
drink
of
hot,
stuff.
Yeah, she probably has to drink hot tea to melt that so that she can digest it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
stomach cramps.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like it's worse than like a ball of cheese in there.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
All right. Well, we always have some news coming out of the world of Tesla here on News AF. And so 500,000 Teslas are being recalled due to a feature called the boombox that allows drivers to play sounds like a bleeding goat or fart noises outside of the vehicle.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've
Do
heard that.
not trade your vehicle in. You want to keep that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
those
definitely want to keep that feature
it'll increase the value of your car by tens of thousands of dollars.
for reals, dude.
What is the reason for the recall?
It's
Is it
probably
unclear.
illegal?
It's unclear about why. I think they're saying that the National Highway Traffic Safety. There's nothing wrong with the car.
Yeah.
They're saying that the boombox feature hinders pedestrians' ability to hear a mandatory warning sound,
Oh my
which is
gosh.
increasing the risk of a crash.
I really do believe that some government entities in the U.S. have a thing about Elon Musk and Tesla.
Famously, a lot of the stories have been written recently about how that Joe Biden hates Elon Musk.
I read an article last night about how certain people in NASA hate the fact that what is this new rocket that just got delayed? Anyway, that Elon's got a new rocket that's going to take people to the moon. And they are saying that it's $2 billion to do their rocket, NASA's rocket, whereas he's saying it'll be $1 million per launch for his. And they're just losing their minds. And part of it, then, like I said, the rocket just got delayed for what sounds like bureaucratic reasons. And I think that people have it out. And this is just evidence of it. What harm is there in playing fart noises? I mean, I had friends in high school driving with boom boxes that took up the entire back seat. That
Can't
shook
pick up
your
any
teeth.
hitchhikers.
No, no hitchhiker room. But I mean, it was just as big a problem as a fart noise.
So apparently there are pedestrian warnings that are required in electric and hybrid vehicles. Do we know what this is? A pedestrian warning?
I've never heard that.
Oh,
It's like a noise that comes like for the driver, or is this like outside of the car?
no, it's got to be outside of the car probably because they're so
so
silent. You
quiet.
don't hear the motor and stuff.
I've never heard a pedestrian warning.
Ah.
My brother had a Prius. And I stood by it a lot. I'd never, ever heard it say, I am an electric vehicle. I am coming.
Please keep your
Get out of the
distance.
way. Keep your distance.
What is the pedestrian? Is it verbal, or is it like the
No, it's verbal. It's
artificial
like,
noise?
to cancel your order at Arnazon.corn, please. You
Seriously,
shout
though, has
your
anyone
credit card information?
Have any of you or anyone in the chat ever heard of a warning coming from an electric
Yes, people
vehicle?
in the chat are saying it squeaks and it's
a
like a whining sound.
Interesting.
I actually have I think I have as they slow down. I always thought that was just like those
I thought it was
the energy catcher. I thought it was the energy catchers on the wheels.
By the way, wouldn't a fart also get your attention more than a winding down noise? Right?
No, because sometimes, like, imagine like you're 80 and you don't know where the fart's coming from. Probably your own butt. You don't know.
Nothing is more human than looking around for the fart noise. It starts at birth and it goes until death. And I think it's far
even
more
if it comes out of your own butt.
Because in a city environment, you're hearing all sorts of mechanical noises, but a fart noise stands out.
Okay, so ideally, what would this noise sound like, Danny? Do your best mouth noise of what you want.
Oh, I think a fart noise is great.
But like what kind?
Goat?
Like a long, super long, drawn out fart noise, or like a loud, like explosion
has
fart
to be
noise?
drawn out.
A wet fart? What are we talking here?
Slightly wet, drawn out, a real bomber. But the bleeding goat, that's going to get your attention every time. No, that sounds too much like a car. Wetter.
But isn't the idea to make it sound like a car?
No.
You don't want to make the sound. I thought the problem here is the Tesla's not making any noise. We got to let pedestrians know a car is coming.
Make it sound like a fighter jet where you think it's faster than the speed of sound. So you're looking ahead of where the sound is coming from, trying to catch the jet before it disappears. So you hear this, and you're like, where is it?
I say bleeding goat. I mean, have you guys ever heard that sound? There's nothing quite like it. You're going to look wherever you hear that sound and find the object making the bleeding. Because a bleeding.
What about an injured rabbit?
Oh, that's a disturbing sound.
Okay.
So Elon Musk says that this is all because of the quote unquote fun police.
Oh, for sure. This is definitely fun police hard at work. Come on, there's not a lot of joy in 2022. Bleeding goats and fart noises.
Are you unhappy, Danny? What's going on?
No, I'm just saying that people, we need to bring the fun back to society. And this is a good way to do it. Everyone appreciates a fart noise except for weird people.
Do you think that could be your platform for running for president in the future?
I'll bring fart noises into the mainstream.
Bring the fun back.
Danny Bryson says, defund the fun police.
No.
Bring in the fun back.
That is right. That's a very good catchphrase. It took me a while to work it out, but yes, that's it.
There's people in the chat that need to hear a bleeding It's bleating with a T in there.
Yeah.
Bleating
You don't want to hear a
goat
bleeding
sound.
goat. This is
No.
pro
Bleating.
goat podcast.
Let's hear it, Danny. A
Oh, I
bleating
can't
goat.
do one appropriately. We need to find the sound online. There's no
You
way I
and
can do it.
Rob are two of the best mouth trumpeters.
I don't
in
even
the
know what
industry.
it sounds like. Let me see. Let me
yeah,
look up
here
and see
we
if I
go.
can find a bleeding goat sound
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Bleating.
Okay. This is okay. I got a this is called a bleeding goat sound effect on
let's hear it.
YouTube. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. Goat sounds.
Is that
Okay,
you,
here we-
Tyson?
Yeah, that was me.
That's pretty good.
Here we go. Let's see.
Oh my!
Oh
I nailed it, dude.
Tyson's a goat.
I nailed it.
Okay.
Tyson, do you have goat genes in your family?
Probably. I think my great grandfather was a goat.
Was a goat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that was amazing, Tyson.
Thank you.
Like, listen to that sound. You're not going to try and find the source of that sound.
Not
Mhm.
me. That's just commonplace for me.
Well,
You
yeah,
might- so you might be like turning around, like your head going back and forth, step into the street. Where's that goat? And then boom.
yeah, like maybe
Yeah.
in Uzbekistan, this wouldn't be the most
Yeah.
effective way to get people's attention, but in New York City, this would work.
So I think we can agree that the law seems silly, but what were they even thinking of? Like, what do we do with the Tesla? Make fart noises.
But they have all sorts of fun little Easter eggs. In the
Yeah, there's
Tesla.
so many Easter eggs in there,
Mhm.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes Tesla a great company.
That they can have, they give you a soundboard.
So
Yeah,
you,
it's not fart
we
noises?
know one of our Danny being the billionaire fan that he is, he loves all billionaires.
I
and
do
is
love
pro
billionaires.
billionaire is definitely going to support everything
Look,
Tesla does.
yeah.
I would rather have a car that is a bleeding goat than a stupid Porsche that is so loud it makes my ears hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this is like an entertaining sound. It doesn't scream douche. And I just appreciate it. I appreciate little things like this. As long as your product is of good quality,
Yeah.
these little extra things, they just make it all the better.
So let me ask you this. You going to buy the new electric DeLorean or are you going
I just
Does it
saw that
make a
this
fart
morning.
noise?
dude, if that DeLorean looks like the old DeLorean,
In the
sign me
promo
up.
I saw, I didn't show the car. I just had that light thing.
Yeah,
go
it didn't
over
show
the
anything,
fender. So
but-
that's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
call me when it's actually fully.
They said
constructed and ready.
2022. 2022
that's
is
this
this
year.
year.
Yeah, right. Every company loves to say a date and then be 2 or 3 years after that date.
Oh, I want an
Mhm.
electric DeLorean.
Okay.
Do you though?
Yes.
Okay. Then you're required to buy one. When they start taking orders, Tyson, I expect you to
Yeah.
get in line.
Yeah. Tyson, I can get you a pretty good deal on a DeLorean.
Ooh. And what do you
Dur.
need from me?
Just your social security number,
Your
and
PayPal
credit
account.
card info.
Okay. Very
Yeah.
well. Very
Getting
good.
the 3 numbers on the back too,
Yep. Nope.
and
I
the
got that.
expiration.
It's actually 4 numbers. I use an Amex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Wow.
Okay.
Got that
All
down.
right. Well, Tyson, keep
Yes?
the goat sound effects on standby because we have another goat story about
We do.
how
Tell me
there
when.
there are fighting goats with huge horns that are blocking drivers in the UK.
Okay. Let's see. It's got to be more aggressive.
Look, look at the picture in this story and then listen to Tyson say that. And I can actually, I'm there. I've been transported to that
Mhm.
that parking lot because Tyson does such a good job.
Yeah. Well, Danny, what's going on where some sort of like a goat Royal Rumble has spilled over into the parking lot?
So
You think
a herd of, they're called great, and I'm not going to get this correct, Orme, ORME goats.
Oh, yeah. So that's Army, but actually delivered from Arneson.
Okay, so right out of the gate in this first sentence on this article on BBC, I can't pronounce half these
Ornery.
words. So they're
That's Henri. That word is Henri.
goats were seen at Asda in Landudno. This is, by the way,
What website is this from?
this
all
is the
sounds made up.
BBC.
This all sounds made
Dude,
up.
the place that they're at is LLA.
How much did Big Goat pay the
DNO.
BBC to just put out this story that they probably didn't even fact check or anything?
The thing
Mhm.
is, I would
There's
expect
pictures.
goats. I would expect goats to be at an Asda in a place that has a name like this, and even
Mhm.
the county I can't pronounce. CONYW.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Conwy.
Yeah.
maybe.
Now, what if, Danny, somebody pulled up in a
Conyo.
Tesla.
Not Conway, Conyo.
No, CONYW.
Conyo.
WY.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But this is
WY.
exactly what they need. Somebody pulling up in a Tesla with the speakers on blast.
Yes, exactly.
Bleeding
To herd
notes
goats
and
away.
then bleeding goat sounds and then driving at 5 miles an hour, leading
Oh,
them out of
the
into
Pied
the-
Piper.
Yes.
Exactly. The Pied Piper.
Yes.
Or do you
Yeah.
just come in, drop the fart sound effect, goats clear out?
I think Pied Piper, there's probably some legal issues there. So let's go with Pied Piper.
No,
Mhm.
I like the Pied Piper idea,
Okay.
even though Tyson loves their pizza.
I thought was it Peter Pan?
Whatever.
Peter
it was.
Piper.
So, look, how awesome would that be if you're in a Tesla that hasn't been recalled?
Uh-huh.
You save the day by luring the goats out into the countryside.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy. The villagers
They'd
cheer
knight
your.
you. You'd be Sir
Yeah.
Danny Bryson.
Dude.
I would be knighted finally.
This would be exactly like the only person in the world that kept the Milli Vanilli CD when those all got recalled after we realized that Milli Vanilli weren't the real singers.
They recalled their CDs.
Yeah, you could go return it for the price you paid for it anywhere at any time. So if you had a disc, you could walk in to any music store, hand them back the disc, they give you $15.
That's insane.
Yeah,
If
you don't
like
remember
the
that?
song, you like the song. It's like, I thought it was
Exactly.
these guys singing it.
Yeah, no, I don't think
don't
very
like
many.
it if it was different people singing it.
I don't think very many people took advantage of the recall, but for sure, I remember there was a recall on the Milli Vanilli CD.
Mm-hmm. What if you had the tape?
Adam's calling fake news on that. He's saying that did not happen.
That's good. Keep
Hmm.
Tyson in line with his lies, and then, stay frosty.
Google it.
because those could
Google
be
it.
coming at
I
any
don't.
moment.
Let's see. Girl, you know it's true. The rise and fall of Milli Vanilli 25 years later.
Milli
How do you spell Millie?
Milli.
Vanilli
Yeah.
CD.
I think you only got the recall if you accidentally
Recall.
got sold the Merly Vanilli CD. That was the scam. I don't see anything about a recall.
Okay, Tyson spreading lies.
No, I
That
remember.
might be an urban legend.
I
Yeah,
remember specifically.
yeah. Well, the human memory is not the greatest.
Is
so-
this
There's
like a
so
Mandela
many
effect?
articles, though. There's so many articles that say like the scam, the this, the that. Like I could go through the
Okay,
articles.
all
and
right,
look.
all right. So here we go.
But
So
somebody
okay.
fact check it.
So it wasn't a recall. So according to this article from the New York Times, April 1991, Arista Records offered to refund $3 on future purchases to anybody who bought a Milli Vanilli compact disc, $2 for a tape, or $1 for the single.
Okay. For girl, you know it's true. Okay, so there was
Mhm.
something there.
Yeah, so you could get some sort of like a credit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there was something. I remember it being news. It was 91, dude. I was 12.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's why we were questioning your memory.
And then from August of 1991, I see another from the Washington Post. Judge rejects Milli Vanilli rebate. Fans of Milli Vanilli who still feel emotionally devastated by the disclosure the duo only lip synced the words to its Grammy-winning album, Girl, You Know It's True, might be in for more relief than they were counting on. The judge refused to accept the proposed agreement that would have made purchasers of Milli Vanilli tapes, records, and CDs eligible for rebates. So
Emotionally
There was
damaged.
stuff going on. There was
a lot.
definitely monetary returns going on, guys. So
Mhm.
sorry that 30 years ago I didn't get it exactly right. when I
Facts
was
matter,
12 years
Tyson.
old.
We can't just let you whatever you want.
Mhm.
Come on.
But
Yeah.
but everybody said it's not true. None of this stuff was true, and they were obviously offering rebates. I still
Refunds.
refunds.
We've
They
talked
weren't-
about recalls, rebates, and refunds.
Yeah.
They
there
got
was some
three
stuff
Rs.
going on. So
Yeah.
the 3 R's, there was some of the R's happening, and so yeah,
All right.
I think everybody owes me an apology.
I
little
really
bit.
enjoyed going
Yeah,
down.
there was that. Look, they didn't recall the CDs, but they did give you some money. So you Tyson is
do-
yeah.
But I do
Tyson is
feel
right.
like still, even back then, there were stores who were like, bring them in. If you bought them from here, whatever. There was a full refund available through some smaller outlets.
Yeah.
I remember there being a thing, and I was like, I was kind of of the same mindset as Rob.
You
where I was like,
remember
why would
there
you-
being a
Yeah,
thing.
Why would you return it if you like the song? Who cares who sings it?
Right. Now, Tyson, will you admit once
Thanks,
and for
Adam,
all
for the apology.
for the world to hear, you do not lip sync in any of your podcasts?
I never lip sync in any of my podcasts. That's one thing that I've always been adamant against. I sing the whole song. I sing that for reals, no lip
Yeah.
syncing involved.
Yeah.
And it was all
Be
me
careful,
singing.
Tyson, making these types of promises because who knows what the future
Going
holds.
forward,
Yeah.
I do not know, but at this juncture,
Because I'm tired of a lot of podcasters out there that do lip sync, where they get a person that has
Mhm.
like a cool look,
yep,
and then they put out the podcast, and then
people
it's
buying it just because that
like,
cool look.
yeah, some Danny Bryson out there with a good voice,
Fat
Mhm.
voice.
and yeah, and then they're sort of just like you're buying the image of the person you think is doing the podcast, and then it's a big lip sync scandal, I think.
That's deep fakes right there. That's
Mhm.
totally a possibility, or becoming more of one.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Like Brad Pitt wants to steal your voice because he's like, dude, that just make me the full package. If I've got the
Yeah.
Rob voice, my looks.
Mhm.
Yeah, unstoppable.
Yeah.
Danny's famous genitalia.
Well, we're
It's
not there
all
yet with
happening.
deep fakes.
Okay.
So the goat herd has been known to roam wild around the area for 100 years. And according to this article, no one is legally responsible for it. How convenient.
Yeah, right. No one taking responsibility
Mhm.
for it.
Not
Mhm.
even the local government or the
The
like,
goat
Can't
leaders.
sue us. Yeah.
You would think there should be somebody. I mean, like, I mean, I guess if you're out in nature somewhere where it's public land and a tree falls on your car, then no one's responsible. But if you do park somewhere in a parking lot, a public parking lot, and a tree falls on your car, the owner of that parking lot is then responsible for that tree falling on your car.
Yeah, but what if a goat rams your car in the parking lot?
That's what I'm saying. Somebody,
I don't think the store is responsible.
the
At
store,
all.
but if the store owns the goats,
Well, no. In this case, the goats are free goats, free
Mhm.
to do whatever they want.
Okay.
okay,
Well, Danny, if you did solve this problem,
then the goat's responsible. The goat is responsible, Danny.
yeah. So how about some personal accountability from the goats for once in a while?
The goat needs to create an NFT.
They can
Mhm.
pay
give
in
it to you
milk.
because they don't have. Oh yeah, goat
Mhm.
milk,
Milk
and
and
cheese. Yeah.
You know what? I bet actually I'm tired of these Teslas out here lip syncing, pretending they're goats. I think
goats
that
deserve
the
a
goats,
kickback.
the goats deserve a kickback. If anything, the goats should be pressing
Getting
charges.
royalties.
Yeah, they
Class
should be
action.
getting some of that Tesla money. That
Yep.
Tesla made all this money, just
Yeah, because essentially what we're
Taking the
saying
goat
is
noises.
that Tesla is Milli Vanilliing a goat.
Yeah.
right.
All the goats could get a check from Tesla for 38 cents.
It's like we got this cool looking car, but we need a cool sound. Oh,
we-
how about these goats? Fine. Okay, that's probably what they're fighting over.
Because nobody's gonna take a second look at someone driving a goat looking car around.
Right.
Oh, dude. I just picture that. Is it would probably kind of look like the Dumb
It's
and
like
Dumber
the dog
car, right?
van. Yeah, the dog
Yeah,
van.
that's
from
exactly
Dumb
what I
and
thought
Dumber,
of.
except
Which is
for
not
it's the goat.
electric.
No, not electric. Has a lot of sound.
Look like
probably.
Falcor, the dog van.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. Say my
Wow,
name.
Lots
Right.
of cool references this episode.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Right. Okay. So if Danny can solve this problem with the fighting goats, he would be knighted by the Queen, which would take her away from some other business ventures that she has going on at this moment, because the Queen of England is getting ready to launch a brand new line of condiments.
I bet she
Oh.
didn't make them. I bet
Not
she's just the
condoms,
pretty
but
face.
condiments.
Condiments. Yes.
Cranch, mayo Q. Here's a new one I just invented: mayonnaise mixed with sweet pickle relish.
By the way, this seems beneath
Disgusting.
the Queen.
Does
I-
it?
That does sound
seriously.
disgusting, Tyson.
Well, listen though, Danny. This is how the meeting goes. Hello, Your Majesty. We are offering you 10 trillion pounds to be the face of our condiment collection.
No.
She's like, how much do you say?
After
And
dumping all over Meghan and Harry for the
She needs some good
commercializing.
PR, Danny.
I don't. This just seems below her.
She realized
Okay,
how profitable it
the
would
Queen
be.
of England famously loves hamburgers. Okay,
Of course
I
she
did
does.
Not, I did not
Yeah.
know that.
she loves
How
hamburgers.
American of
She's been
her.
eating the best hamburgers England can put together for 90 years.
I'm going to say this right now. The best hamburgers that England can put together are probably still a little bit worse than the worst hamburgers America puts together.
By the way,
Wow.
this sounds really gross.
Have
they're
you ever
calling
had
it
a hamburger
tomato
in another
sauce.
country?
Yeah, they could be really good.
No,
Oh,
wrong,
yeah.
Danny.
Oh.
Wrong.
Dude, I went to
Wrong
Fight!
take.
I went to
Wow.
Burger King in Copenhagen.
Yeah,
and
but
it was
that is
so
of
much better.
American design.
Oh, you're talking like
Mm.
at someone's house?
But don't you think, Tyson, that
I'm talking like
that
buying
the
your own ground
Queen
beef somewhere.
would dine at Burger King? Wouldn't you think that she would go
Oh,
to?
I think
the
she has
most
a little Burger
royal
King every night,
establishment?
probably.
By the way, calling this ketchup, I think, is a stretch.
Home of the Whopper.
It's made with.
Did they call it Hungry Jack's or did they call it Burger King over there,
I don't know.
Oh,
Danny? But anyways,
he's in a
those
food coma.
burgers
He
are of
doesn't remember.
American design. They're coming from a similar place. But what I'm saying is find a native hamburger place or something like that, and you're not going to get the hamburgers that you know and love from the United States.
The meat in other countries tends to be this weird gray color.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. And a
But-
different flavor.
And there is definitely a different flavor. They probably don't jam their cows full of grain to the point of
Mhm.
exploding right before they butcher them. But I'm going, guys. Let me get back to this
I'm
tomato
vegan
sauce.
All
now.
right,
Thanks,
Danny's
Danny.
fired up.
Yeah, Danny
This is
fired
not
up.
ketchup. It has dates, apple juice, and spices.
Sounds
Oh,
very
it's
sweet.
healthy.
This is a Franken sauce.
You're definitely gonna get your bowels are definitely gonna be able to push that huge meat patty through with all of that stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
It is not royal ketchup. This is like more of a sauce.
Mhm.
And then it talks about being ideal for breakfast or any
Yeah.
time of the day.
That sauce,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just chugging it down.
some breakfast foods in it.
So it's got dates, it's got apple
Mhm.
juice, it's got
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Hey,
What
that's
color
just
is it?
yeah, that's
Is
just
it
one of
red?
her sauces. She has another one called the Queen's brown sauce. Again, I do not think this is the Queen putting this out. Packed
And
with
I
vinegar and
also-
spices.
It is produced at her estate. Do you think that this is like a cash grab by her people?
I think. I mean, she seems
The
to still be
Queen's
with it,
brown
so.
sauce.
Yeah, I'm telling
None
you,
of that sounds appealing.
That's like
but
it's
in
like
that's how England is, though. They're
it's like a Worcestershire sauce.
I mean, though, if you were to be like, okay, describe English cuisine in a few words, you would say brown sauce.
Well, the other day I was looking for a place to eat up in a different place, and they had Pita Pit, and all I could think about was, I remember Pita Pit. What a terrible name to have,
But
pit
a delicious
at the
restaurant.
end. Like, there's no what good pit have you ever heard of? And the brown
Pit?
sauce, the Queen's brown sauce, is on level with just being a terrible name. It just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Created from the brown hole. Like that's what I would like.
Next time Tyson
Yeah.
gauges, his fart wrong, and he spurts in his pants a little bit. He
Brown
just says,
sauce.
"Oh dear me, I've released some of the Queen's brown sauce.
I just brown sauced in my
just
pants.
brown sauced in my pants."
Yeah.
So it seems like that there is a whole store, which is called the Sandringham Estate Shop, which
Does not
is
sound appealing. Sandringham.
yes.
No.
So I guess that is the Queen's Norfolk Estate, but it seems like they sell a lot of
Are they
products. I wonder.
purposely trying to name everything as unappealing as possible? What is their goal here?
I'm not sure. Well, maybe people.
It's a
people want the
cultural thing,
Queen stuff.
Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I
stop.
know.
This sounds
Yeah.
more like a gift shop, and
Well,
actually makes
to
more
me,
sense.
I'm wondering, does the Queen look at Gwyneth and say, "Hey, how come she has her whole enterprise with the jade eggs and everything and the scented candles? What are we doing over here?
Yeah,
I'm the damn queen."
I think the Queen could corner the market for like large consumer. She has the whole
Condiments.
dungeon thing going on. Like, she could create
Which
a lot of.
is far more popular than the airport.
Yeah, I mean, she could be selling a lot of stuff to clubs like Caligula and others because that's kind of like she's cornered that market. She's got the dungeon, and I think
So you
maybe
think-
They have
that's
a
the way
lot
she
of
should go.
gifts.
You think these are all foodstuffs for the Caligula buffet? Is
No,
that
no,
what you're
I'm saying she could do all of the like the rack, the whips, the cat o' nine tails, all the things they used up there in the dungeons of England that are so
Yeah,
famous.
So you
The
don't think
Tower
like,
of London.
Yeah,
you
the
don't
Tower
think
of
in
London.
Caligula you could be like, yeah, go ahead and throw some brown sauce on my room temperature shrimp cocktail. Sounds good.
I think that you could sell Caligula an Iron Maiden that has a bunch of rubber phallics things instead of spikes,
Yeah,
and then things like that. Just the like totally English in nature.
Okay. All right. So check out the Queen's tomato sauce and the Queen's brown sauce.
For the record, I would never use either of these sauces. Never in a million years.
That's because
Okay.
you're a true blue through and through, red-blooded American.
I need
Mhm.
ketchup that has a ton of sugar, more sugar than tomato.
Okay.
Well, that has
All right.
apple juice, which has sugar, and it also has dates, which have sugar.
Yeah, it's too healthy.
Well, teach their own. I wouldn't
Okay.
eat it just because you know how my stance on
You're
condiments.
anti-royal.
Right. So we know the Queen has a lot of precious artwork in her home,
Mhm.
but do you know that 42% of the average people believe that they have museum-worthy art in their own home?
Got
Yeah.
nothing else going on in their life.
Mhm.
That's the beautiful scheme of art in general,
Mhm.
online
That's
and
true.
otherwise.
Good point, Tyson.
It really is. Like my dad did some work for some artists, and they'd always give him some prints, and they'd always be labeled. But even like when an artist hands you a print and has it labeled like 1 of 20, you're still thinking. Some people are still thinking, "Oh, that's original," especially with the signature on it and everything. And everybody, I think, wants to believe they have an original art piece. But who's to say what is real and what is fake?
Yeah.
Unless you take some fingers to it, look at it closely, have it investigated. But unless you have spent a lot of money on the art, chances are it's not worth a lot of money.
Well, and by the way, museums have piles of garbage that are considered art and like random, and so
Who's to say?
you could very well, like this ties into what Tyson's saying. You could very well
this
have
cup, this
would go
empty
in-
cup of coffee,
Mhm.
Yeah.
$85,000.
The question is, what museum you might be able to find one that would actually hang a piece from your home?
Mhm.
You can put a price on anything, but is someone willing to pay that price?
Yeah.
I think is
What's it worth? Whatever somebody's willing to pay. So maybe you
Yes.
do have museum level art because Tyson, I know you have a museum quality piece right behind you.
Yeah.
I sure do. And it got a little beat up in the transfer from White Elephant Gift and back.
Adds
but
character.
Still better for the wear, and it's a gorgeous piece.
And it
Yeah.
tells a story. Every nick you have on that piece of art tells the story of Tyson's lion.
I've never heard that damaged art actually is more expensive.
Well, usually like you go to architecture and like these are the bullet holes left from the failed revolution. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
pay
it tells
extra
a
for
story.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they did a study, 2,000 adults,
Mhm.
and they
Survey
found
people.
Mhm.
Keep that in mind.
So the survey people
Mhm.
ended up. These are the survey people who believed that 42% of them felt like that they had museum quality art in their home, museum worthy.
So you have to keep in mind, remember Ryan did that interview with his roommate who's a survey person.
Yes.
You have to
That's
keep
right.
in mind that that's the type of person, that
Yeah.
survey person, who is someone who perhaps would say, I think my parents do have some museum worthy art.
My
Yeah.
wife definitely thinks she has some pieces that are worthy of museum.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Like you.
Where did you guys buy them at? Big Lots?
Oh no, garage sale.
Mhm.
Okay, nice
Probably
finds.
Probably a lot of people think that after that whole story about I don't know the artist, the guy bought it for $30 and now it's worth 10 million. Got it at a garage sale.
That happens
Probably-
once in a while.
Yeah, well, this is a recent one. It's a sketch, and now everybody's probably thinking about that. They've got that on their mind, like, oh, well, I've bought art from a garage sale. I could have a
Yeah, that's the daydreamer in
Picasso.
everybody. Like that's why Antique Roadshow was a show.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited to watch.
Dude,
Antique
I
Roadshow.
love that show too, dude. And I actually saw a thing that my grandparents had one of, but they also made replicas of it. So did they have the replica or the real thing? I don't know, but the real thing was worth like $10,000.
Oh my gosh, go
Yeah.
go take it. And
I don't
go
know where
find
it
an
is.
expert.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
need to. I need
Yeah.
to.
You know, when you mentioned Ryan and his roommate, the survey person, it reminded me of another story I wanted to talk about this week, if we have time. Did either of you see the news about Moviepass?
Oh, it's back.
Moviepass is back, and
That's
so one
the
of the things,
subscription service.
yes.
Different.
So they it got shut down in 2019, but it is back with a little bit of a wrinkle that it is going to let you watch unlimited movies for a fixed fee. You can also be able to get credits on Moviepass just by watching the ads. However,
Mm-hmm.
when you watch the ads, your eyeballs will be tracked to make sure you do not avert your eyes away from the Moviepass app. Now, that's one of the things that Ryan's roommate had talked about, how like when you're taking the survey, that they wanted to watch you on the camera.
Does Moviepass, when you get it, do they send you a chair that you have to sit in that holds your eyes open and pops your phone up?
Yeah, it straps your arms in
Yeah.
and lifts your eyes. So wait, is Moviepass from home or it's at the theater? It's at the theater, right?
Moviepass is at the theater, but you have to do the to get the credits on the app. So you can buy like Moviepass, or you can trade credits on the app with other users, or earn more credits by watching the ads. But
so do you watch the ads on your phone?
Yes.
In the movie theater.
The advertising software will come with eyeball tracking technology that ensures that you are actually watching the commercial and not looking elsewhere.
Easy. Paint the eyeballs on your eyelids, like in the Last Crusade. That student in Last Crusade. Yeah.
Smart. Yeah. Okay. So, Danny, how many ads would you be forced to watch to get a free movie?
Oh, what's the movie? What movie just came out that I want to see?
I don't know. What movie do you want to see?
The Rock's newest piece. He's got something new coming out. I would pay zero commercial time.
So you wouldn't even watch like a 30-second commercial?
You watched the Super Bowl just for all the ads?
I did not watch any of the ads or the Super Bowl.
That was the cost of the Super Bowl was free, but you had to watch all the ads.
That would be Canada fair. During the Super Bowl?
I was. And by the way, they should do that during the Super Bowl. You can't watch the Super Bowl unless you watch the ads. That's how it should work.
So when do you go to the bathroom?
You're not allowed to. They send you a jar. But yeah, I think that this is a good idea to make sure that the advertisers are getting what they pay for.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, I hope that the podcast sponsors don't get ear sensing technology where it's like
force people
they
to
could tell you if you turn your head away from where your podcast is coming from,
or fast forward it a little bit.
In the future, you will
we don't
be
want to give out all the secrets.
In the future, you will be tied down, and your attention will be demanded by machines.
That's what's that? The Tower of London.
That's what she could sell, are some of the nice mechanisms they've developed over the last hundred years.
Every home in the future,
you have a chair you sit in,
you sit in that locks you in as you
probes you everywhere.
Yeah, and then can measure all of your vitals.
Yes,
to make sure that you are actually paying attention. And then once the brain chip is in, it will just show you.
But that's only if you want to watch something for free.
Yeah, only the people. So
if you pay, your $100 a month for the Netflix, you could watch. You don't have to do that stuff.
You know the type of person, like as you go into a house and they have like 6 freebie chairs sitting there. That's what they're going to call them. You know the type of person you're getting. Like, we're eating dinner here, but they're going to make us pay for it at the end of it.
This will be the beginning.
You don't get something for nothing.
The last class warfare, because no one, all the people who can't afford to watch without the freebie chair will rise up, because getting probed in every hole before
Mhm.
watching something. Was
You
just
think
became
every
too much.
hole? You think every single hole?
Yeah, because you have to take all the readings.
Yeah, but what if the commercials are really good? But they probably won't make them that good if they're going to force you. Then
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
don't
what's
have
the
to.
incentive to make them good?
Yeah.
Those commercials will be really bad.
Look, they
'Cause you
want to
have
make
to
sure the
watch them.
jokes are landing. That
No, there's no jokes. What the joke?
No,
the
no,
jokes are to
not for
entice you.
commercials. I'm saying you, by this point, they are showing you a whole movie and they're making sure that the parts that they made that were exciting to you. The
Mhm.
parts they made that were sensual are sensual to you. They want to make sure everything's landing as they intended.
So like a
And so-
7D chair where it's just like every single orifice is massaged accordingly to
No, it is
trigger that
being
emotion.
monitored.
Oh,
It's
just
for
monitored.
the right reactions. And by the way, Facebook will probably be the ones who make this chair.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
can see Zuckerberg. He's probably already got one. in
They've
his
already
home.
got one.
Yeah, he's-
I mean, what do you
he's
think the Oculus
definitely-
is, Danny?
He's definitely riding that
At the
chair.
beginning, it's the very
Yeah.
first part of the freebie chair.
Yeah, I mean, try to avert your eyes when you got the Oculus on.
Yeah,
No.
impossible.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. All right. You ready to go to the bolt hole, Danny?
Let's go.
All right,
Get in there,
everybody,
Pete.
you have to listen now. Don't take your earbuds out while we play the
Yep,
bolt hole
this
song.
is an original.
Tyson really sang it. This is not a lip sync. Okay,
Correct.
here we go.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong.
Yeah.
Ah, that's great. Valentine's Day, Tyson and I were talking.
Yes.
Gonna feel at home.
Wait, this is a good part. Yeah.
You can't ambush me with Tyson's.
It rallied. Okay. Yeah.
So good.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, Tyson and I were talking about Valentine's Day and all the hard work that Tyson didn't put into making it a very special day.
Correct.
Mhm.
On purpose.
It's too hard to know because knowing what to do on Valentine's Day requires
So hard.
364 days of listening
Yes.
to your spouse
Yes.
to really understand
right.
what she wants. But here's something, and this is the other thing. I always notice after the holidays, you get all these good ideas like, oh my gosh, look at this thing people were doing or handing out. You're like, well, that would have been
Mhm.
helpful. And one of those products that came out, and I just noticed it today, was French fries
Mhm.
perfume.
French fries.
French fries
perfume.
smelling perfume. The Idaho Potato Commission.
Yeah.
They're up there working hard all the time on how we can get more out of a potato.
Garlic Parmesan fries.
No, just regular fries. And they was formulated from essential oils and distilled in Idaho potatoes. I don't know what that means. But the bottles were $1.89. So cheap. This is a cheap budget gift that probably
Yeah.
goes a long way. And they were completely sold out within hours. So
Wow.
thank you for the heads up. Now I could have used this, before Valentine's Day because Liz is at least half of her life was spent in Idaho. How
Yeah.
much would she have appreciated a scent of home, every morning when she spritz it on her neck?
Yeah. And then like you're just getting all horned up with the French fry smell.
Yeah,
Hey,
because-
where's the Queen's tomato sauce?
Yeah. Brown sauce, please.
A little bored. Liz, I was thinking that tonight I'd get some of the Queen's brown sauce. And you'd wear that perfume and
Mhm.
Lather
let's
up
just see
in
where
the
it
Queen's
leads
brown.
us.
Yeah.
But this is a perfume that people are buying to put on themselves to make them be more attractive to people looking for French fries.
It makes sense because McDonald's fries have been known to be highly
So
sought
good.
after and enjoyed. So
Yeah.
if you could smell it all,
Like hot fries.
yeah, like
So what
hot
I do-
McDonald's fries.
What I do with this stuff is it's like, okay, I really want to go get McDonald's fries. Like right now, because we've been talking about it, I want to go get those. So what
Yeah,
I
I'm
should
kinda
do
hungry.
is buy this stuff, put the perfume under my nose so I just smell French fries all day long. Eventually, that's the norm for me. I'm not even tempted.
Mhm.
Yeah, and maybe if you got a flavor pen, you hit the flavor pen
Yeah,
keep,
zap your
keep
taste
you-
buds, dude.
until you can
Mhm.
get down to a McDonald's and buy the physical thing.
How much
Maybe even
does
there's-
this cost, Danny?
$1.89.
$1.89.
Yeah.
$1.89 for the
You can't-
perfume? It's
Yeah, you
cheaper
can't
than
afford
the fries.
not to get it. Well, it's sold out.
But look, I'm saying put this on your list for next year.
Mhm.
This is what I'm offering. I mean, just a little heads up, like pre-order. Maybe set a Google alarm.
Yeah.
Or
Next
whatever.
year they'll probably have like Mediterranean fry options and stuff, with
Yeah.
Cajun fries.
But
oh,
aren't you
Parmesan
just gonna
garlic.
then be like hitting up the McDonald's drive-through? Like, seems like that this is going to lead to some unhealthy habits.
What's interesting is that I do technically have perfume on my fingers after I've eaten a large McDonald's fries.
Yeah,
I
and
should
then you
just
put
kind of
it-
dab on my neck, right, Tyson?
Yeah, you should. That's exactly where you should do it.
Hmm.
Anywhere where anywhere you can gauge your pulse is a great place to put
Inner thigh.
perfume.
Yeah.
Your right here on your
Armpit.
elbow, your
Yeah.
armpit, your elbow, your wrist, your
Yeah.
neck. Yeah.
Okay.
I would prefer that people smell like French fries to a lot of the other smells. Like if all the old ladies at church wore this perfume instead of whatever horrible concoction they put on,
What would you do?
I would be much happier.
Oh.
I'd probably, leave places where old people are with a smile on my face instead of a pounding headache.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. So you think that maybe like if nursing homes, maybe they didn't even need
Any
perfume,
place where
maybe
there's
like
old
a
ladies.
French
French
fry
fry
candle.
scented.
You think
Yes.
that maybe like loved ones would come visit more?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes. Old people need this more than anyone else in society.
French fry
Mhm.
soap, French fry shampoo, all of it. Just
Yeah.
Mhm.
everything French fry, and then everyone's happy.
We're not doing
Mhm.
old people any favors by pretending that the perfume they've put on way too much of is great.
Let's get the 2000 survey people who are taking all these surveys and see if any of them dislike the smell of French fries.
Let's see if any of them
Mhm.
dislike the smell of old people and their perfume. I'm surprised I'm not getting a lot more of yeah, I agree, Danny, from you two. Have you
Mhm.
not noticed how bad old people smell? I'm not just talking like natural smells. I'm talking about the choices they make in the morning to
Mhm.
cover. It's just like, it's awful. If we could move to French fries perfume, that would be a step in the right direction.
I think the issue is that I think that maybe people become hard of smelling, and I think
Oh no, that is
by
the issue.
time-
I know
Yeah.
that's the issue. As you get
Yeah.
older, you lose your sense of
But I
smell.
think so this might be like
strong way you put
way
it.
too much of the French fry perfume.
No, because we should also provide.
Is there such a thing as too much French fries?
Yeah, that's a good
Mhm.
point, Tyson.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
bottle should come with maybe like a smell associate or someone who helps you navigate the world of smells. Kind of like an eye doctor, more of like a smell doctor who you go
Mhm.
to every couple months and they advise you on your smells.
Yeah,
I'll
what's
be
your
right back. This
smell
coffee is working its way
prescription?
through me.
Okay, all
All
right.
right.
Don't leave without me.
We
Well,
will.
we should bail. We should just cut it off when it comes back.
That'll,
black
that'll really mess with him. Okay, Danny. Anything else from the Bolt Hole this week?
No, I gave my other story, that great real bomb dropper, the goat
Mhm.
story.
The
to
goat story.
Yeah, I was in Canada, so I
Yeah.
had no reception up there.
Yeah.
in the
Let me
mountains.
ask you. So I had another one that we didn't end up getting to. They announced that the Oscars are going to have a brand new award. They're going to let Twitter users vote on their favorite film, and then they will also let 3 Twitter users present an Oscar at next year's ceremony.
Terrible idea.
Yeah. Okay. So the Twitter users are going to start to get to vote on their favorite films that got released in the hashtag Oscars fan favorite.
Whoever came up with this idea has not been paying attention to the internet.
And 3
Since
people from
2007.
Twitter are going to get to present an Oscar. Could you imagine you work on the project of your life? You work, you get it made, you spend every waking second accomplishing this task. You actually win an Oscar, and it is presented by 3 people from Twitter.
3 people are going to get Ken boned, and we don't even know who they are yet.
That is
Yes.
actually a really good point. I would
Yeah.
turn down the honor because the last thing I would want is focus on my Twitter and my
Mhm.
past tweets.
Right. Meet the 3 people from Twitter. Here's the some of their most controversial tweets.
Tyson's right. They're going to get Ken
They're
boned
100%
so hard.
getting Ken boned.
The 3 people will receive an all-expense paid trip to Los Angeles to present an Oscar in 2023.
What they'll be receiving is a
They should
doxing.
host the Oscars in 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not.
Oh,
This is
man.
not good. No one on Twitter should want any spotlight ever turned on them.
I can't
Nobody on
wait.
Twitter that's never been in the spotlight should want any spotlight on them.
That'd be great.
Oh man, it's gonna be a lot
Highlight
of
of
fun.
2023.
I'm excited for this roller coaster we're about to go on, where we're like, I love that sweater. That was great. I love this man.
Though
Only
we
to be like-
are all like
Do you think they're
s-
gonna vet him first though, and be like, we had to do a deep dive into your Reddit and everything?
or like how are they going to pick 3 people?
I don't know.
Oh, I know how. They're gonna
How?
vet. They're gonna if they're smart. They're
They have
gonna
an algorithm.
vet and hopefully pray that there's 3 people in all of these Twitter entries who wasn't some
Mhm.
kind of angry troll in the past, which will be impossible. They're gonna have to invent 3 new Twitter users who have no back history, like 5 tweets.
My dad is gonna have to. They're gonna call my dad and be like, "Can you start a Twitter account and just put like 1 tweet out there that just says
About
I
the
love
Oscars.
everyone and everybody," and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
so good.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So they're really desperate to get people tweeting during the Oscars.
I'm excited for
yeah.
Ken Bone to not be the focal point of getting Ken boned.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
we
he'll
should
probably
fight to
be
get that
relieved.
term put in the dictionary. We
Is
have
it
not
not
fought
already?
hard enough.
Maybe it could be us. We could be the 3 Oscar presenters.
Yeah,
No, thank you. I'll pass.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I don't want to go to a boring Oscars. I'd
Mhm.
rather sit at a McDonald's and eat fries.
Yeah, I would too. If we're being
Mhm.
honest. Oh man, I
Mhm.
want those fries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hungry.
Okay. All right. Danny, what's coming up for you this week?
Well, I've got a lot of footage I'll be working on. I'm trying to catch up with my sleep since I had none of it.
Mhm.
I never said this, but we did this thing in the mountains of Canada. We stayed at a hut.
Oh, wait,
But-
I thought you were going to tell me and Rob that you loved me. I thought it was
No.
like, I never said this, but it was Valentine's Day yesterday. I
love
just
both of you.
I don't know if
I would never
I'm
say
never
that.
gonna get the
so-
chance. Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Anyway, we got this hut up in the mountains. I had no sleeping bag. I didn't even have cardboard to cover myself in. I just laid down on this.
Why would you
rough-
cover yourself with cardboard?
Because supposedly it's very insulating. So I didn't have
Interesting.
anything. So I 2 nights ago, I slept in a hut with no blankets, sleeping bag, pad, whatever.
But probably something more insulating than even any of those cardboard.
Oh, like a guy underneath, a guy up top. That would be really warm. But no, I didn't sleep at all. And then I got back to my car. I drove till 3:30 in the morning.
Was it freezing cold?
Yes, of course it was freezing cold.
So you were freezing cold under cardboard the whole night.
I wish I had cardboard. I had no
Oh.
cardboard. That's what I'm saying. I was in
So
a
you were
hut
just
at
out
the
in the
top of a
open.
mountain in this building getting blasted by frigid Arctic air.
Were you in your
and
ski
I-
clothes?
Yeah, I was in my ski clothes and
But
I
that
covered
wasn't
myself
enough.
with like my backpack and some jackets, but
Still cold?
yeah, still cold.
Was
Still-
Aaron more prepared than you?
Yeah, he was sleeping. He was snoring like crazy.
Was
he
he
have a
covered in
sleeping bag?
cardboard?
No, he went down to the lower bunk where it was colder. And I don't know, maybe he covered himself in all of they had these little pads on top of the wood bunks. Maybe that's what he did, but he slept pretty well.
Yeah.
I did not. So anyway, I'll be catching up with my sleep. That's step 1.
Yeah.
And then I will be editing video and that'll be my week. So
Huh.
Okay.
And did you know it was going to be cold when you went up there initially?
I did. I figured, you know what? It doesn't really matter where I sleep. And I'm probably not going to sleep that much. So at least do something cool. Don't sleep, but at least have that cool experience.
Yeah. Did you check your toes and everything at any point? Given
Oh,
point?
you don't want to look at my feet. They are so bloodied. and
That somebody does.
disgusting.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Somebody will
you're
pay for
right.
that.
There's always someone on Twitter willing to
Mhm.
look at my toes.
Mhm.
So yeah,
well,
there you go. What about you, Tyson?
Let's see. Pickle Pod still rising in the rankings. Number
Yes.
one pickleball podcast. If you are kind enough to get on there and rate the podcast, that goes a long way for us, as well as this podcast.
Mhm.
And weekend
Number one.
plans?
Has it always been number one?
I think the first episode we did wasn't number one, but after episode 2, we became number. There's a handful of pickleball podcasts out there. Most of them are hosted by professional
Mhm.
pickleball players, and also, yeah. But we've rose through the ranks very quickly with our reach, and then my mom and sister are in town.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And so we'll be visiting with them quite a bit. And other than that, just pickleballing a little bit. And that's it. Rob?
Well, We talked a little bit about the Super Bowl. I went on this week's edition of the Sports Wrap Up with Grace Leader and talking a little bit about the game, but a lot about the commercials. What did I like? What did I not like? What was I worked up about? You have to listen to the Sports Wrap Up to hear my thoughts on a lot of the commercials that I was not happy about. Plus, everything Big Brother, The Amazing Race. We're previewing Survivor Cast, all that and more. Over on robhaswebsite.com. Plus, I watched the Tinder Swindler on Nothing But
I saw
Netflix
it too.
Yeah.
Any good?
You like it?
Whoa. Yeah, I did like it. It started very, very slow. Like
this is a slow burn.
The first 45 minutes is just like a love story, you think, but like something is awry, but you don't like
take some turns. For me, I think it got a little overhyped on because I kept hearing like, oh my God, wait till you hear what happened. And I was expecting like this like crazy twist at the end. Yeah. That did not come.
The crazy twist is that he really did work for the diamond. He really was the diamond heir. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, I thought secretly he had a relationship with his bodyguard. Like I was waiting for like some like crazy reveal at the end.
Look, if you consume as much news as we do, and the Florida Man alone stories make twists almost they don't have no impact. So
yeah. I get if you measured all of my vitals through all of my orifices.
It was very good.
You wouldn't even notice that I got a rise. Yeah.
Yes. So,
and
but
also
yeah.
Go ahead.
I just thought I was expecting like the Tinder Swindler to like be like life changing of like, oh my God.
No, but it was definitely entertaining enough to watch. And I saw that everybody was sharing stuff about Lamar Odom eating his fingernails on the CBB vote.
Yeah, did you watch that?
I just saw the clip of it on Twitter, and then I saw
it was the longest vote in history, I think.
Wow. Yeah. So Danny, Lamar Odom was having a tough time.
He is really exposed his life for the worse.
Yeah.
I mean, just Big Brother eating fingernails, pooping his bed.
I don't think he wasn't eating his fingernails. He was biting his fingernails. He had
but Tyson said eating.
But then he was picking them. But then he was picking them out of his teeth,
and then he was like throwing them on.
Oh my gosh, that sounds as bad as licking your phone. Probably on the same level.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right. Great news AF today. Level. Well, we came in. I was like, I don't know how much news we have. We had stuff we didn't get to.
Yeah, that's how it always is because we're so great at talking.
Yeah, this was a great episode. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next Tuesday. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.